Tonight and the Humble Chicken 3.0, the latest evolution of Chef Angelo Sato's ever-changing vision, now served to just 13 guests at a time in the heart of Soho. The restaurant first opened in 2021 as a casual yakitori bar. By 2023, he had transitioned into a more refined tasting menu format known as 2.0, celebrating nose-to-tail cooking. It earned its first Michelin star in 2024, and earlier this year, it earned its second star. Now, after a complete renovation and with his sights firmly set on 3 stars, Chef Sato returns with 3.0, and that's what we're here to experience tonight. Angelo Sato's story is anything but ordinary. Born into a missionary cult in Japan, he started working at kitchens from the age of 14. On his 18th birthday, he moved to the UK and began working under Claire Smith at restaurant Gordon Ramsay, before going on to cook at 11 Manson Park, Restaurant Story, Trinity, among others. Today, that global journey is distilled into every course he serves, blending Japanese and European influences in a way that's ambitious, personal, and completely unique. It's a place that doesn't take itself too seriously, but the craft and vision behind it certainly do. So, with Chef Sato constantly pushing forward, let's see what this latest chapter of Humble Chicken has in store for us tonight. Hi, good evening. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
For the experience, there is a single tasting menu, prepaid and served blind. For drinks, you could choose between a sake pairing, a sake and wine combination, or a non-alcoholic option. First up was the Isle of White tomato, which they had macerated overnight to form the dashi. Served chilled, it was bright, clean, fresh and crisp. Perfect way to awaken the palate. Oh, you get to choose your own sake cup.
Yeah, I'm going to take you to I like it. She calls this one evolution. It's named so because it truly evolves every year that she makes it.
Kanpai.
Yeah.
Humble mussel. We steam, stuck with an onion tomato ferment, a wave of avocado, and our citrus honeydew glaze. For this one, treat it like we would an oyster. Pick up that shell, serve the mussel and sauce all in one.
That's got to be one of the most tender, juiciest mussels I've ever had. And the freshness from the avocado as well. Perfect.
Next up, hand knife scholar. This is scored Edelweiss style, releasing all the umami from inside the scholar. Rocco made fermented soy sauce on the bottom of chirashi rice.
That scallop just disintegrated on my tongue. Their homemade soy sauce balanced the sweetness of that scallop just perfectly.
That's going to be our take on the prawn toast. We're doing the langoustine toast with fermented langoustine heads and tomato samjang sauce. And a big old langoustine tail, the smoky grilled provincial.
Perhaps the most elevated version of a classic prawn toast I've ever had. Perfectly executed. It did lean on the larger side for a single bite, and I did struggle to try and bite it into 2. Although that being said, I would have happily have gone back for seconds.
Next, we're doing a little bit of compressed Charente melon, topped with our pigeon liver parfait, a sprinkle of almond butter, and it all gets covered by our 2-week miso cured foie gras that we frozen and hand-shaped to bring it to thin.
The creaminess of the liver, the sweetness of the melon, the crispiness of the rice, every element come together perfectly. There's definitely no subtleties here with the opening bite. Straight in, full on flavour, they all pack a punch.
This is going to be Kamo Inshu 13, specific style Tokubetsu Junmai, coming from the Kanemitsu brewery.
Next up, rock oysters, gently poached in their own liquor over the grill. Served with an asparagus beurre blanc, I really enjoyed the flavours here. Clean, briny and elegant, but texturally, the oyster was a little too raw for my liking. I mean, that was barely poached. Next came the chawamushi, layered with bone marrow, smoked broad beans, yuzu pickled daikon, and topped with their miso black cod. Finished with a dashi and a kinome leaf. A really well executed dish. The cod paired beautifully with the different flavours and textures of the chawamushi, though temperature-wise, the broth was slightly on the hot side. Then came the dashi course. Napa cabbage dashi with seaweed and a perfectly grilled piece of sea bass. On one side, a kinome and seaweed puree, and on the other, a ginger and scallion condiment, topped with crispy kombu. The dashi was subtle, complementing the sea bass without overpowering it. The textures from the crispy skin, the kombu, and that burst of umami from the puree, all in perfect harmony.
Yeah, a bit more flashy now. We got Mugo Red, and I'm going to take you in to visit Tatsunokawa.
Yeah, 정말 다 인조, but it's also more kanamanin.
Our bread and butter, starting with the chocolate bun, baked fresh in house every day. Paired with our butter, 7-day cultured butter on the outside, with layers of parsley, black truffle, and chicken liver parfait. We have a celery and radish salad with an aged vinaigrette, apple mustard puree, pickled mustard seed on the top. Finally, film taken pita, with the chardonnay jar.
Oh my god. The bread was wonderfully soft and fluffy, and of course, one of the perks of dining solo is getting the entire serving to myself. The layered butter was absolutely stunning, rich, creamy, and decadent, while that aged vinaigrette hit the spot perfectly. The accompanying pickle, almost American Dylan style with a slight spice, reset the palate and brought me right back to the beginning. Without question, my new all-time favourite bread course.
We have our sweet corn and chili. Turning that corn into a custard, we set tomato kombu gelée, on top of which we're going to include our 25 Sabtra caviar. This is next to our yuzu soap, yami mamao or Japanese mountain potato, and of course our tataki and bits using the jutoro or an otoro.
Sweetness from the corn, the umami, the saltiness, nuttiness from the tuna, the caviar.
This is Noguchi no Hikosaka Institute. He's known for the revival of what we call namagenshu. So, for Yanekos, correspond the humble pigeons. We get these beautiful pigeons every 100 plants. We dry them for 2 weeks using the brown finish of a bean shoulder. The leg, we're doing a little tempura deep fry. Got a bit of tamarind tartar on that. Bed of steamed rice, pickled daikon, pickled white garlic, little pigeon liver meatball with swirl egg. The side, we're doing a little miso broth, pigeon gizzarded part in that. Lastly, a bit of look it up, pickled and fresh roll yuzu gel. I recommend giving the rice a good little mix up. Broth just kind of sipping on the side. The leg, feel free to grab that leg and just throw straight off the broth.
Starting with the leg, super crispy with that tangy, sweet spice and a touch of acidity from the tamarind tartar on top. Loads of umami and so much flavour going on. The broth had this gentle spice to it, warm, comforting, packed with depth, but no awful flavour at all. And the rice, it just felt like a warm hug. Meaty, full of texture and really satisfying. The pigeon itself had a perfect char, cooked spot on inside, and the way they've utilised the whole bird is honestly so well done. Altogether, it felt like the most elevated take on a traditional Japanese style meal. Familiar, but done on another level.
It's going to be our beautiful Kodakara Yuzu Sake. So we're actually at the Tatenakawa in Yamagata.
This is our everything strawberry cheesecake. Slightly deconstructed base, get some strawberry twin, high basil gel, dehydrated milk skim crisps as well. Also made strawberry sorbet. And it all gets finished up with a little instant strawberry snow, just to keep everything nice and fresh.
Ichigo no dessert? Well, minus. It's up there with one of the best desserts I've ever had. The balance between the strawberries, the cream, the battiness, the acidity, the sweetness, even the different textures. Between the shards, the meringue, that biscuity crumble. That was excellent. Thank you, thank you.
It's going to take you right up to Japan. We're doing a little oolong tea flavored set custard. Bit of burnt caramelized sugar on the bottom.
Yeah, very different flavours though. Texture though, spot on, but I love those earthy, dark tones. No sweetness at all. It's coffee time. Whoa, very, very hot. Too hot, too hot. The total for dinner, drinks and service came to just over £470. Konbawa. We have just finished up humble chicken. The space itself, it's quite small. That kitchen is not just a show kitchen, it's their entire kitchen. That is where they do all the prep. Everything is done out that little area. It is an omakase style, so everyone is sat along the same cherry wood countertop, which is absolutely gorgeous. The way the wood carries over to the shelves, and there's all the little knickknacks from Sato's journey, the various ferments as well sitting there. The chairs are fairly comfortable. They are quite heavy though. The food, I wouldn't say it's Japanese cuisine at all. I would say it's Japanese inspired. But the food, the flavors, pretty much every single bite of food I had was spectacular. Straight away from the get-go, from the opening bite, it just hits you in the palate again and again and again. Flavors were incredible, absolutely loved it. Favorite courses from tonight: the langoustine on toast, the scallop, the pigeon, and the strawberry. That strawberry dessert was perfection. Was everything perfect? No, There was the oyster, of course. That was a personal preference. The flavors, I absolutely loved. The texture just wasn't for me. Some of the dishes were served way too hot. This comes straight off the fire. Menu-wise, it is easily up there with some of London's best. Service was very, very mixed. It's friendly, it's attentive, it's unobtrusive. However, they're all working in a very small, confined space. For the most part, it is very, very, very well coordinated. But given the close proximity of the guest to all the staff, as in everyone is sitting around and can see everything that's going on, so there's no hiding whatsoever. When you have so much noise in the background with a combination of the music, the cooking, the sizzling of the grill, the staff presenting the dish really have to speak up. Some of them were okay, others, even when I was leaning in, I was watching other guests as well, almost leaning halfway over the counter. It was hard to hear, and in an atmosphere as bold and as daring, presentation to match would have been a really nice touch. Location-wise, it's bang in the middle of Soho, which is hipster, out there, modern, hangout kind of place. The noise from the street carried through into the restaurant a lot. Outside of the general street noise, every time loud cars or motorbikes were going past, it was a distraction. But then again, we are in the middle of Soho. This is the kind of place that I see myself coming back to. I would recommend this place to many. And as usual, thank you for watching. On to the next one. Goodbye.